Has this ever happened to you? You're a new player in Gangs of Sherwood on a mission and you get dumpstered. Well, it's probably because you're using the hardest character. Hi, my name is JabsSkyWalker, but you can call me Jabs. In this Gangs of Sherwood video, I'm going to be ranking the characters from easiest to hardest so you know exactly who to try out first. Let's get into it. First, I want to preface that this is solely based on my opinion and my time playing the game thus far. If we're ranking characters from easiest to hardest, I'm going to have to say Robin Hood is the easiest. The main reason I'm ranking him easiest is because he is a ranged attacker who uses a bow and arrow for his combos. Since Robin uses long ranged attacks, it is not necessary at all for you to get close to enemies. Sure, there are enemies who are long ranged who may get in your face, but they are often significantly weaker and can be killed very easily. Look at how I can just sit up on a ledge and take enemies down with ease. I managed to take all of them out and receive little to no damage in this scenario. I can see the argument of if enemies do manage to get in your face, you're going to have a hard time, but if you're a skilled player, you know how to dodge and sit back while attacking. And even if you're not, you'll learn how to play him very quickly due to his low skill cap. Robin Hood is most certainly the easiest. The next easiest character, I'm going to have to go with my boy Friar Tuck. The reason I'm going with Friar Tuck is because although he is no doubt the slowest character in the game, he is actually the most tanky and also does the most close range damage. So think of it as the opposite of Robin Hood, where if you are close to an enemy and play him well, that enemy should be making funeral plans. I put him under Robin Hood because you can't just sit back and do a lot of damage. You actually have to go up to enemies, which means you risk taking damage yourself. And although Tuck's combos are slow, if they are landed right, they are pretty much a 3 to 4 hit KO. And before any of his additional combo power-ups, I think he's still very easy to combo with and get kills with. Friar Tuck is simply second easiest. We are halfway through this video and I want to say if you don't agree with me, subscribe first and then flame me. Remember, subscribe and then flame me. Alright, let's get into the character I think is the second hardest, and that is going to be my main, Maid Marian. So why did I make her second hardest and not hardest? Well, mainly because Maid is super close range with quick combos to back it up. What makes her harder than Robin is that she has the same body type, but she more than likely needs to get close to enemies to do any real damage. You can use your daggers, but I would highly recommend just using her speed and quick combos to your advantage in fights. The reason she is harder than Tuck is because she just doesn't have that tankiness that he has, and it takes a lot of hits for her to kill certain enemies, whereas Tuck can do it in like 3 hits. So yes, although Maid is my favorite and my main, I can certainly say she is not the hardest character. And of course, this leaves us with the hardest character in the Gangs of Sherwood roster, Little John. Little John is the hardest character in Gangs of Sherwood without question for me. Remember what I said about all the other characters? Well, let's combine all the difficult parts and put them into one character. Little John is harder than Robin because he is a brawler and needs to primarily get up close to fight. He is harder than Tuck because he combos almost as slow, yet his attacks don't do the damage that Tuck's do. It's not bad damage, you're just punching people kind of slow sometimes. And he is harder than Maid because he's not nearly as fast and agile, yet he needs to be close to do real damage. That is how I broke it down, guys, when I was thinking about this earlier. It just makes sense. Little John is the toughest character to play, and I think it requires the most focus while playing. And none of these characters are bad, by the way. They're all good if played correctly. There you have it. Those are the Gangs of Sherwood characters ranked from easiest to hardest. What did you think about my ranking? Do you agree? Would love to hear your ranking as well. Put this all in the comment section below. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. I'm JabsSkyWalker. Peace out.